What's going on, guys? Hello, hello. Do I have that shit unmuted? Excuse me? Why is the game not showing? Game. 100 line. Hello? Game? Game? Okay, it's fucking muted for some reason. What the hell? Hello? Hello, hello? Why is it muted? What the fuck? Wait, why is it muted for me? Excuse me? Oh, it's on game. Fuck, I had game muted by accident. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. we're safe. We're back. All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. I don't remember what we did last time. What did we do last time? What was the route? We did a rebellion route and the right, we did the rebellion route and the reset route and stuff. All right. So this is a short route. Ato joining or denying Ato. What other routes are there? We have protect Ava route, I guess. This one, kill Ato, yes. Let the Undying Flames join by the okay, so this looks like it'll be a long route. Not letting him join, yeah, okay. So, let's do the decision where we deny Ato. Where's Ato? Is our music off? No, okay. There's Ato. We deny Ato after he gouged his eyes out. Bum bum. Alright. Get out of here. We only accept people that can see. You idiot. Didn't think that through, did you? Well, dead. Their fucking eyeballs gone, squished, squashed. It's been a hot second. I don't remember everything that's going on anymore. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Ato, get out of here. We only accept people that can see. Should have kept your eyeballs, nerd. Alright. Alright, Ato. Goodbye. Bye, Ato. Sorry, Ato, but I get it. You don't have to spell it out. Huh? What? My other senses have been greatly heightened now that I've lost my sense of sight. Because that happens on a dime, right? Does it? I already know what you're going to say next, just from your general vibe. He has the power to read minds now. Huh. I can also sense how agonizing this decision is for you. So, it is enough. You don't have to say any more. I'm not interested in putting you in yet another painful position. Ato. Who could blame you for not wanting me to join, right? Those glitched memories embedded in me may have been the root cause, but it doesn't change the fact that I chose to do what I did. But you destroyed your own eyes, too. I did it because I wanted to, and certainly not to garner sympathy. I knew something like this wasn't going to be enough to gain your trust. I knew it wouldn't conveniently make us friends again. I knew all of this, but I still couldn't stop myself from holding out hope. Hope! Hope! Oh, not the line again. I may lie to people on the outside, but I never lie to myself. It goes against my nature. The zombie's fucking falling apart now. Now that that's settled, if you allow this public nuisance to beat a hasty retreat. Retreat? Where? You're gonna leave with your eyes like that? The invaders will get you. Your ugly concern is most gratifying, but there's no need to spare me any. Just like I mentioned, my other senses have been greatly heightened. I expect to have no issues handling any invaders I come across. Oh. Also, this won't be my first time leaving the academy. I probably know more about the outside world than any of you. It's still too dangerous. Just because I don't want you back on the team doesn't mean I want to force you to leave the whole school. If you promise to stay in your cell and not interfere with any of us, you can stay. Have you forgotten this facility was built for the Special Defense Unit? There's no place for someone who doesn't belong. Am I right, sir, Sirei? Yeah. ... Aotsuki is correct. Anyone not recognized as an ally is naturally viewed as a dangerous element. An element that can only work to our detriment, and never to our benefit. Therefore, he must leave. That makes it easier for me to get over my feelings too, now that I no longer have to put up with your unbearable voices and smell. You little piece of chicken shit, always the same right down to the end. I shall be responsible for seeing you off. I expect you haven't gotten used to your newfound blindness yet, and I may need a little bit of help getting around. This is my duty and obligation as your commanding officer. Commanding officer has spoken. The rest of you can just stay put. Not like I could see your hideous mugs even if you did come. Besides, there's something I need to speak about in private with Sir Sirei before I leave. With me? If you don't mind, consider it my last wish. Yeah. Oh, I like the tone of this route already. Very well, you may tell me along the way. You're still considered a member of the Special Defense Unit while on school grounds. Thank you. Very much obliged.
This is goodbye. Forever. You miserable freaks.
I love them.
And you may not think me sincere when I say this, but I pray from the bottom of my heart that you will win this war. Good luck.
Changed Ato. Man, he changed and we've denied him. Oh, now my baby boy. After that, under Sirei's guidance, I made my way carefully through Last Defense Academy in total darkness. Oh shit, we're in Ato's POV. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he can kind of see. Okay, they're not gonna make this black screen the whole time. Here are a few days worth of rations as a farewell gift from me. Wow, this is surprisingly thoughtful coming from someone who only really cares about victory. I continued conversing with Sirei as I walked next to him in darkness. It may have been the first time we had ever spoken at leisure. A manifestation of guilt for embedding those glitches into my brain. ... Defects were inevitable. The brain, especially the human brain, is a complicated organ no one completely understands yet. It was no mean feat getting everyone combat ready with the limited time and resources available to us. There was no time for multiple rounds of tests or verifications, although we did conduct an endless amount of simulations. Yeah, even with that, out came someone like me. I don't know what to call this, but destiny. After Sirei and I finished talking, I left Last Defense Academy behind. I remained cautious of my bedarkened surroundings as I moved through the city ruins, using my feet to feel the rubble. Even though I had proudly declared that I could handle myself, moving around in total darkness was still rather mentally straining. Darkness. Everywhere I went, I was greeted by pure, unadulterated darkness, with not a speck of light to be found. They should have just kept a full black screen this whole time, to be honest. I feel like this is a little, I couldn't be sure what was on the road ahead of me. Did anybody come see me off, even though I said there was no need? Maybe someone watched me walking away from school until they could see me no more. No, that's not possible. What am I hoping for? Nobody there cares about me. I'm nothing but a traitor, bugged to betray. But then again, this terrible defect reflected the repulsiveness of its creator, mankind itself. And I was equally repulsive for allowing them to lead me by the nose all this time. By the time I realized that, it was way too late to do anything about it. I kept walking. My destination was second to Last Defense Academy. Sirei had given me directions on how to get there when I left. He said it would give me a place to hide from inclement weather, and that there were probably leftover rations there as well. Sirei likely told the others I would be heading there. Once they learned I won't be ending up in a ditch somewhere. What were you say? Oh, second to Last Defense Academy. I completely glossed over that. Once they learn I won't be ending up in a ditch somewhere, those who had been even the tiniest bit concerned about my welfare would surely be able to breathe easier. Personally, I'd rather they not feel a single shred of guilt, even if anything should happen to me. They didn't chase me out. I decided on my own that I would leave. Although Sirei had given me directions. Wandering through the ruins without sight, I couldn't tell for the life of me whether I was even going in the right direction. But if I wanted to keep going, I had to put faith in the path I had drawn up in my mind. There's also one more thing keeping me going. I wanted to witness how things would turn out for the others on day 100. They were special to me, even if we didn't manage to become friends. There's someone like me who used to be disgusted at the mere thought of having to coexist with hideous humans. I now knew those were just fake memories implanted into me. Still, there were people with whom I had spent a staggering amount of time. Even after discovering they were actually empty inside, that everything had been lies built on lies. They still chose to support each other and blaze a trail through destiny. There was nothing we could trust, nobody we could lean on. Fake memories, fake goals, fake backgrounds, fake families, fake friends, fake love, and fake hatred. Empty vessels made of fabricated falsehoods. That was all we were. What could such people even believe in? Yet they chose to believe in each other and to fight for each other to the end. Their revolting appearance, smell, and voices still disgusted me to no end, but the feeling of camaraderie they shared was as real as they came. Watching them had made me forget all I had done and start wishing I could be a part of that too. Oh, this is so sad. But they weren't naive, gouging my eyes out as a show of my commitment. It was never going to be enough to convince them to let a repeat traitor like me onto the team. I had been ready to face rejection, but deep down, for just a short, fleeting moment, I entertained the thought that they might have forgiven me after all. Such an indulgent thought that was. When had I become so naive? But now was not the time to dwell on such thoughts. I had to focus on walking. I'd arrived somewhere as long as I kept going. All I could do now was keep walking and pray that I would eventually reach the second campus. Pray. No god will listen to the prayers of an empty shell like me. Phew. Darkness clung to me. From the skies above to the ground below, all I could see was unadulterated darkness. No gradients, no flickering, just plain blackness. I read in a book that humans invented fire out of their fear of the darkness of night. When I read that, I mocked them as weaklings in my mind. The birth of fire led to the birth of war. Humans would burn themselves up in the very same fire they sought. It would have been peace had they not created such a thing, and simply endured the darkness of night. How weak and hideous. I remember thinking that once. Now, however, I knew how wrong I had been. It was not that they feared the night or failed to endure the darkness. They were afraid to not have light by their side. For light represented hope itself, and those eyes of mine would never see light again. Why was I feeling sad about that, when I utterly despised everything I saw in this world? I'm liking this route. So Ato focused, doesn't know what day it is, can't tell. ... Oh, this place. After a few days of non-stop walking, I stepped into a facility that felt all too familiar to me. Right, this is... It would appear that I managed to reach Second to Last Academy after all. To be honest, I was beginning to wonder if Saray had deliberately given me the wrong directions. I guess he's not as wicked as I've imagined. I naturally drifted in the direction of the cafeteria once I was inside. The layout of the school was almost exactly the same as the other one, like I had been told. The place would shield me from the elements as I waited out the remaining days. There would be no fighting. I only had to wait here in safety until the missiles were launched and everything was over. But there were over 10 days left. I'd have to live in darkness until then. Or there was a faster way to end things. I opened the heavy bag I had been carrying and traced my finger along what was inside. Inside, what it was, even though I couldn't see... I knew what it was, even though I couldn't see it. An undying flame bomb Saray had developed, activated using chemoanima and powerful enough to take out even Veshness. This miniaturized version was still more than capable of reducing a human body to ashes. Skin, bones, hair, everything would disappear. If Veshness comes for you, I would like you to use this before she absorbs your cryptoglobin. That was what Saray had said said when he handed this to me. However, I was not able to discern his true agenda. Did he really want me to blow myself up and take out Veshness with me, or was he simply giving me a tool to euthanize myself like an animal? I wouldn't put it past him, considering how he sees us. There you are. I ran my finger over the detonator. Everything would end when I pressed this button while infusing hemo anima into it. Oh, yes. I was gonna say, like, oh, what if he just, like, accidentally pressed it? And then boom, dead. No, okay, he has to infuse hemo anima into it while pressing it. I would be freed from it all. Free from my fake memories, false hatred, and empty existence. Free from the man called Eito Otsuki.
Press it. Come on. It's all you have to do. Why can't you just press it?
My finger wouldn't respond, no matter how loudly and harshly I berated myself. Even though I knew pushing the button was all I needed to do to be freed from this pain, I still couldn't do it. Wanting to witness how things turned out for the Special Defense Unit was merely an excuse. The actual reason I couldn't do it was because... When I realized what this feeling was, I had to laugh despite myself. I was afraid, fearful, spooked, daunted, anxious, just scared stiff. Death frightened me, even when I had nothing to live for. How could I not laugh at the irony of that? Death was no different from a life without purpose, yet I feared it. I put the bomb on the floor, my hands trembling. Then I sat down on the floor as well and leaned against the wall. As I did, the fatigue from the few days of walking got to me and I felt groggy all of a sudden. My consciousness disconnected in the silent darkness. Wouldn't it be nice if death visited me now, so that I would simply slip into an eternal slumber, never to awaken again. But no, I would never be allowed to enjoy such a peaceful end. 2 days later. What was that? An unfamiliar voice, screaming. I knew something was wrong when I spoke up to that. I could always pretend like nothing had happened, but my feet were already moving in the direction of the screams. As I ran, the smell of fire was so intense it was burning my nose. It was the stench of fighting. The screaming was coming from multiple people. Were they trying to get away from something? What was going on? I ran to the schoolyard and focused my hearing on what was happening outside the school. I could hear multiple sets of footsteps getting closer. Since I couldn't see their next exact locations, I simply waved in the general direction of the sounds. Over here! I kept waving. That seemed to work. The frantic footsteps became louder and louder. I raised my voice to indicate I wasn't holding any weapons. As I did, the approaching group stopped a distance away from me. They were panting hard, as if they had been running for a long time. Wait a minute, who are these people? Definitely not the Special Defense Unit. Are they natives of this planet? Were you being chased? By whom? Nobody answered me. I didn't even know if we spoke the same language. Couldn't it have been Takumi? Couldn't have been Takumi or the others chasing them. So, invaders? You can hide here if you want. This place was destroyed a while ago. It's unlikely anyone will come looking for you here. Still no response, but I could see they were listening to me. The cafeteria here is stocked with enough food for all of us. The mystery group wasn't moving at all. I didn't even hear them whispering among themselves. They were probably communicating with each other non-verbally. Maybe they were trying to decide who would get to attack me first. After all, to the natives of this planet, I was the invader. In case you haven't noticed, I'm blind. I don't know how many of you are here and obviously won't be able to attack you. Still no response. Anyway, I'm heading back inside. Follow me if you intend to hide here. I turned my back on the mystery group and started walking. I was completely defenseless. If they killed me, they could have this hiding spot all to themselves. Yet they followed me after me politely. When I staggered, they would even stop and wait out of consideration for me. One step at a time, I went farther into the building with a hand on the wall, taking care to use a route that could not be seen from the outside. Finally, we can't see their faces. No, because of the darkness. Finally, I found myself back in the cafeteria with my mystery group in tow. This place should be safe. You can eat anything you find here. After that, I went back to my usual spot and sat down again. Where was my bag? I remember I left it here. I felt around on the floor next to me with my right hand for that bag that contained the undying flame bomb. Where was it? Where could it be? Thud. Huh? Something heavy suddenly fell into my lap. Someone had placed something there. I gingerly touched it with my fingertips. It was my bag. You found it for me. I asked my surroundings, but received no response like always. I then put the bag on my shoulder so that I would never lose it again. Dot dot dot. Leaning against the wall, I let my hearing take over. I heard the sound of rummaging for food. It didn't seem like they were interested in attacking me for now. It was likely they would leave once the enemies that were after them went away. Then I would be back to waiting for day 100 here, all alone. So I could witness the ending that everyone made for themselves. Sometime later, I heard the sound of a can being opened. I guess they decided to eat the food that was here. They sat a cautious distance away, but were still close enough to keep an eye on me. I hoped they got to eat something they liked, at least. Since I couldn't see, I couldn't even choose the kind of food I wanted to eat. That reminded me of the 5 cans of pickled fish I had to eat in a row last night. 5 cans of pickled fish. Dot dot dot. I inadvertently nodded off even though I hadn't been feeling particularly sleepy. And thus, I fell asleep while being surrounded by an unknown number of natives. Perhaps it was because I felt no animosity from them. I could sense they were friends as they huddled closely together to eat and rest in this unknown place. Maybe they were sharing their favorite foods with each other. Maybe they were exchanging jokes with each other so quietly I couldn't hear. Whatever it was, the atmosphere was like a comfortable blanket over my body, warming me up and making me sleepy. Like something I once had myself, up until a short while ago. Oh, did I not realize sooner what a beautiful thing that had been. Late that night. Somebody was shaking my shoulders. I sensed that I had been surrounded by a few people who were looking down at me. Oh, they have sprites. What is it?
Why are you here?
It was the voice of a child, a young girl who seemed to be about 8 to 9. A native of this planet, a Futuran child. Thinking back, I realized I never met anyone from this planet before, neither during any defensive battles nor when I was with Veshness. Had they been isolated from the war, maybe in a shelter of sorts like the Tokyo residential complex?
Why are you alone?
The girl asked again. Since she was speaking as a representative, they were likely a group of children. I could sense weariness in her tone of voice. It was as if this was a tense cross-examination, and my response would determine their next course of action. Well, one thing led to another, and I wasn't allowed to stay with my friends anymore. That's why I came here by myself. Why? What happened? I did something bad and ended up hurting the others. That's why I can't stay with them anymore. Upon hearing me say something bad, the girl took one step back, an astute decision. Were you forced out? No. I went away of my own free will. It's still too dangerous. Just because I don't want you back in the team doesn't mean I want to force you to leave the whole school. If you promise to stay in your cell and not interfere with any of us, you can stay. It was so like Takumi to say that. In fact, his words made me waver for a brief moment. I wanted to cling to those words, to selfishly feel like I had been forgiven. But it was pointless for me to stay. I don't belong there. I could never, ever forgive myself for doing the unforgivable to them. That's why I had to leave. You can't go back anymore? No, I can't go back anymore. That's why I'm here. What about you? Were you being chased by something? At that, I could hear murmuring from behind the girl. They seemed to be discussing whether or not to reveal the answer to me. We can't go back either. Why not?
Because we broke our promise.
She sounded so very sad. I didn't know what the other Futurans looked like, having only seen the commanders. But it seemed like they felt sadness the same way we did. What promise did you break? We were told not to go outside, but we all went anyway because we thought we'd be okay. But we got lost and ended up in an unfamiliar place. Monsters kept chasing us, and we got farther and farther away from home. And that was how you ended up here. I think she must have nodded. There were other people living on this planet besides the commanders and invaders. At the very least, these children probably had nothing to do with the war. Since they were being pursued, they were likely targets as well. They were targets, even though they had no way of fighting back, unlike us. You don't know how to go back? No. There should be a map somewhere in this facility. If you can find it, you may be able to find a way back home. I wish I could help you look for it, but as you can see, I won't be very helpful in that department. But feel free to look for it yourselves. The children other than the girl in the front of me immediately scattered in all directions. likely taking my advice to look for the map. There had to be a map somewhere around, since maps were indispensable for warfare. They would surely find one if they split up. And once they did, they were likely to depart by tomorrow, leaving me alone here to wait for the end by myself. I heard a soft thud next to me, an indication that the girl in the front had moved to sit down next to me. She was so close that I could touch her if I just stretched my hand out. You're being way too trusting here, Miss C. Or maybe she felt like I posed no danger because I couldn't see?
No chance of forgiveness.
Huh? Oh, you mean me? Yeah, aren't you sad you can't go back? Nah, it's too late for me. Why? Good question. Because the mistake I made was too big to be atoned for. Nobody will forgive me. That's why I can't go back. Okay. She started chomping down ravenously on an open can of food. Most likely, these children simply wanted to take a peek at what was going on outside and had not planned to end up so far away from home. The possibility of not being able to make it back would have never occurred to them, so since they broke their promise to the adults out of mere curiosity.
Maybe we won't be forgiven too.
She wondered out loud as she ate her food. Not being able to make it back home was not the only worry on these children's minds. They also feared that, like me, they wouldn't be allowed back into the fold again. I could immediately think of a number of encouraging statements I had gleaned from the books that I had read. But then I would be lying to them, something I was adverse to doing to these children's. However, that also meant I now had nothing comforting to say to her, being someone unforgiven myself. In the end, I simply kept quiet, and she too said nothing more after that. When the children who had gone searching returned, they huddled back together. Their whispering voices eventually became softer and softer until everyone fell asleep. With the hand on the bomb in my lap, I eventually drifted into slumber as well. The next morning...
Wake up!
Oh, what's going on? An attack! Huh? I jolted awake when I felt my arm being tugged on. What happened? Come with us. The children were already awake, but something was clearly wrong. They were panicked as they had been when they first came here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. More people. They pulled me outside second to last Defense Academy, and I felt the wind on my skin. I could also smell the scent of blood mixed with it. Look there. I'm sorry, but I can't see. I felt her hand that had been pulling me along suddenly let go, as if she had forgotten that I was blind. Can you describe what's going on? The monsters are coming this way. I think they've realized there are people here. How many? Too many to count. Some of the children were shouting while others were trying to calm themselves. Some started crying and others got angry. Nobody expected this to happen. They left their home without thinking too deeply about the consequences, and likely never crossed their minds that leaving was tantamount to breaking their promise. How they regretted it, they wished they had never left. Now that they were facing the grim reality of death, they were starting to give up. They resigned themselves to the possibility that they might die without ever being forgiven. Did you find it? What? The way home. Yes, we found a map, but there's no point, we still can't go back. Why not? Because of the monsters, or because you might not be forgiven for breaking your promise? No answer. Perhaps it was a little bit of both. Eito's gonna save them. How about this? I'll hold those monsters back, and you guys run away once you find an opening. That isn't going to work. You can't fight. Hey, you give me too little credit. I'm actually pretty strong, and I even have a weapon. But you can't see. I'll make it work somehow. Anyway, can you do what I just said?
But we broke our promise. Everyone must be so mad at us.
The sound of rumbling and stomping became louder and louder, even as we spoke. I didn't need to use my enhanced hearing to know that this was clearly a large army. Not as many as the ones we'd faced in our defensive battles, but more than enough to cause a group of helpless children to despair. Time was quickly running out. I had to convince these children to flee right now. Listen, I won't say everything will be fine. Huh? That'd be really irresponsible of me, since I have no idea if you'll be forgiven for what you did. Instead, I'll tell you something I want you to remember. Words from the bottom of my heart. From a person whose life is based on made-up memories, goals, and grudges. Feelings I hadn't been able to convey until now.
Forgiveness isn't something dispensed on the spot, but based on the actions you choose to take after the mistake. So the most important thing is, What will you do from now on?
So,
If you want forgiveness, work hard to gain it, instead of dwelling on your mistakes. While there's still time for you to redeem yourself.
What do we do from now on?
I took out my infuser and drove it into my chest. There were likely no commanders among the approaching swarm. I could take a group of minions by myself. Now go.
But what about you?
I said go. I shouted at them angrily. The girl bolted at my command and the other children quickly followed. Their little footsteps eventually faded into the distance. Good, get as far away as you can. This strategy of mine wouldn't work otherwise. The next thing I heard was heavy stomping, indicating the invaders were marching ever closer. Oh, he's gonna blow himself up. I gripped my weapon tightly and waited for them to get close. They would be pleasantly surprised to find me here. It was quite likely they would prefer to hunt a planet invader like me over native children. The children wouldn't be pursued. They would be safe as long as I could keep the enemies here. Well, here goes nothing. Ah! Oh! Oh, we don't even get to fight. Skrick. I could sense my class weapon tearing the enemy apart with that swing. Good. Let me follow that up with one crack. Oh, impossible. He's fighting without seeing it. Seeing anything. Right, left, front, back. The invaders started attacking non-stop. Whenever I felt something hit my body, I could swing my weapon in that direction. Skrick. It worked because it guaranteed I would hit something. I kept repeating this while moving around. However, thump crack. Oh, we're getting bodied. Oh, this was a shame. I thought I would have lasted longer than this. I had underestimated the sheer force of their numbers. The school invaders lunged at me as one when I left myself open after an attack. My class armor protected me, but it had its limits. Since my data had been removed from the revival mag again, I would be killed for real if I continued fighting. But I couldn't let them kill me. They would continue chasing the children if they did. I had to take out every last invader here and now if I wanted the children to be safe. But why? Just my pride, I suppose. Even I had my pride. Ending a defective life by using it to protect someone else wasn't that bad of an idea. Although my efforts to gain forgiveness had came a tad bit too late, I was still a former member of the Special Defense Unit. That said, I also knew I was fighting a losing battle. At my current strength, I couldn't fight this many enemies at once. I couldn't even be proper bait to stall for time. ... Only one thing left to do then. Thunk. Ugh. Clang! A concerted attack knocked my class weapon out of my hand. Oh, these guys are no joke. Now you've done it. The invaders surrounded me, now defenseless, and started battering me with all their might. Excruciating pain rippled through my body despite the protection of the class armor. I thought I might lose consciousness before death paid me a visit. The weight on top of me became heavier and heavier. More and more invaders were piling on me, so that they might kill me. That'll do. Just fine. And then we blow ourselves up. Suicide bomb!
It's time.
Click. I reached inside of the bag I've been shielding with my body and touched the button that would detonate the bomb.
Huh?
The answer to your question is yes. That is indeed possible. But what would even be the point? ... Very well. I assume I get to choose which memories to implant. Even though all that does is deepen the emptiness in your heart. Well, I certainly won't stop you if that is what you want. Oh, he got brainwashed by Saray. I would have preferred you come back for you to become a proper war asset instead of whatever this is.
Yeah.
That is my honest opinion. I asked Saray about a favor back then. He took me to the infirmary and carried out the request procedure. Memory manipulation. At first, I thought about asking him to erase all of my memories. Everything would be gone. Sadness, anger, remorse, everything. It was only right for me to die as my own self, my own buggy, corrupted, and defective self. I was the burden I had to bear until the bitter end. So I made that selfish request. For non-existent memories. Memories of me having a great time with everyone on Darumi swimsuit. I've never even seen that swimsuit yet. What the hell? While being aware of the duplicity of these memories, that they were all lies. Yet here I was right now, surrounded by the warmth and happiness I felt back then.
Takumi. Everyone It's unfortunate. I won't get to witness how things turn out for you. But I'm praying for your victory. No, actually, I'm praying for your happiness. From the bottom of my...
He was a traitor, but he was a good man, sir. He was a good soldier. Rest in peace. And that's it. And he blew himself up. "003, goodbye Ato route. Praying for your happiness." That was a good route. That was good. 18 routes completed. Goodbye Ato. No, that's cool. Everyone's darkened, not dead. You lost a 50-50, Kiro. Yo, what? Kathera, what the fuck? What the hell? It's been a long time since I've talked with you. How the hell? What's up, man? You're in Chicago? Wait. How long are you in Chicago for? What the hell? Wait, what the hell? You guys are in Chicago? Is there a convention or something going on? Is it this weekend? Oh, it's like, is it Anime Central? Is that this weekend? May 16th to 18th. Oh shit, it is. Oh, yo, you guys are in ASUN? I completely forgot that was due. Sure, message me about it. Message me. Are you guys already here? Wait, when does, how long? It goes from the 16th to the 18th, right? Don't miss Midwest Bigger. Oh, okay, shit, crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm down to meet up this weekend then. Hell yeah. I guess I won't be streaming as much this week if I'm meeting up with you guys. Yo, I'm down as hell. I haven't seen you guys in forever, so I'm down. I haven't met with Ryan in like a year either. Your Twitch is dying? Ah, yeah, just message me, man. Ah. I haven't seen you guys in so long. Alright, Alright, what route are we doing next? Oh my god, your phone is dying, brother. Your phone is dying. Narcotic Android. Oh my god, 30-second ad. What is going on with your phone? Oh shit, Twitch is exploding for people? Oh shit. Dude, I don't even have ads on. I have pre-rolls turned, or not, I don't have pre-rolls turned off. I have automatic ads off, so I only have pre-rolls on. Yo, dude, message me about it. How, you guys are staying till the end of the weekend? I'm down as hell to meet up. Oh shit. Which one is this? Let Hiroko destroy Nigo. Decide Ava's fate. This one? Oh, this is romance route. This is fucking dating sim route. 34, 36, 72, 76, story arc 3. Oh, I'm still a million years away from unlocking that. I still do not have any of those endings to do that. Okay, let's do the route where we don't kill Ava. Where's that? Protect Ava. Alright. You're until 21? Kith is until 18th morning. Okay. I completely forgot ASEN was happening. Like, I even told myself, I should come this year. I should do it this year. But I completely forgot that it was happening again.
Anywhere.
Okay.
Help me!
Oh my god, I forgot this part.
No!
Yeah, I completely forgot that it was happening. I've been telling myself for like years, I should go to ASEN. I need to go to ASEN. I need to check it out.
like
But I just gotta remember that it's happening, and I always forget. Because the week after is we have I have a fighting game tournament happening literally the week after. So a bunch of my friends are coming up to meet me, or coming up to that tournament. Like a ton of my friends are coming up to that tournament. That's happening next week. So I always have that on the mind, and I keep forgetting ASEN is even a thing.
Please stop it!
I want my mommy!
Oh my god, I forgot how fucking funny the lines are. The voices, dude, the voices. All right. Yeah, at least we got the skip.
I don't want to die!
Oh my god, I forgot how fucking long these cutscenes are, dude.
I want to die.
I just want to get to the decision. Thank you. Just let me get to the decision. Let me protect Ava, damn it. I'm not gonna fucking kill people. I forgot you were a mod in my chat, Ukurai. I forgot since those days. I remember you made that drawing for me in the bottom. Sword Squad. Yeah, I got now I have the small Twitch. It's a small Twitch streamer classic, you know? The chat is just swords. Just a wall of swords. That's it. No regular people. Decide Ava's fate. We're not gonna let Shoma kill her. Get away from her. Stay away from her. Get a job. Yeah, you are a mod. I don't remember when I made you a mod. I think it's for when you made the picture I use in the Twitch about. The sword really is just the Fire Emblem logo. All right. What was this? Okay. No, I won't allow it. We can't do this. This isn't about the truth or how important it is. We can't sacrifice Ava's life to get to it. We're going too far. Takumi, letting her live could be dangerous. She might remember her true self and her true loyalties at any time. And we can't take her back to the artificial satellite when all this is over. We're saying that we'll have to kill her sooner or later anyway, right? But what if we don't? I want to find a way. I don't want to throw Ava's life away. For better or worse, she's our friend. She's one of us. I couldn't live with myself if we killed her now. Takumi. It's been on my computer the whole time. It's a goated drawing. It's a goated drawing. So of course I kept it. Even though I don't play 14 anymore. my old Abby, he's long gone. Nara, he's so gone. He doesn't even exist in 14 anymore since I Fantasia'd. It's so sad. You're following your heart. I respect that. I wish I could back you up on this, you know? But she's the only commander left. I don't like it either, but it's the only way. Releasing Ava from her pain will release us from the secrets, all the lies.
Why can't you understand that?
Shut up, Shoma. Get out of here. No one likes you. I'm telling you, none of that is worth killing a friend for. It's all right. Please do not hesitate to kill. No, Ava, don't say that. It's not how you really feel, is it? You can't die here. You have a reason to live, remember? Oh, my fucking throat. That's why you surrender to us. That's why you surrender to us, isn't it? Because you had to survive no matter what the cost?
My true feelings. No, I don't want to die.
I know you're going to hate me for this. I'm prepared for that. But you have to die, or we'll never know the truth. Goodbye, Ava. We have to kill him. Kill him, Takumi. With a final tortured scream, Shoma began rushing toward Ava. Shoma, no, stop. He slipped past me and launched himself at her. I don't want... Dead. Kills Shoma. Let's go. Let's go. There's my goat. That's my goat.
Shoma!
I recoiled in shock at the gruesome scene that played out over in the next few seconds. At the last moment, Ava had moved like some kind of feral beast and driven her weapon right through Shoma's heart. A huge amount of blood, or rather cryptoglobin, started pouring from the wound and flowing into the former commander.
Ava!
He's absorbing him. Let's go. Get him out of here. Get him out of the story.
What I get? I'm a miserable failure to the very end.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Don't blame Ava, everyone.
See you, Karai. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know.
It's not her fault. She's just swatting a bug that tried to hurt her.
Ava, please! You need to stop!
Snapping back to my senses, I tried to pull her away from Shoma, but it was already too late.
No!
Dead. Completely dead. There we go. No, he won't be missed.
No!
Everyone, restrain her.
We all braced ourselves for another battle. But rather than fight, Ava tottered herself unsteadily on her feet and passed out. She lay motionless on the ground right next to Shoma's dried up, desiccated body. Why? Why did it turn out like this? Once Ava was safely back in her cage, we dug a grave for Shoma and laid him to rest next to the others. All I'd wanted was to stop any more of my friends from dying. Instead, I saved one life at the cost of another.
How could this happen?
Shoma! Damn it!
Brother, he charged her. What the fuck do you
isn't the
expect?
death I would have wanted for him.
Ah, you kind of deserved it. Whatever the one last secret Shoma had been so obsessed with was, we never learned the truth about it now. I didn't care about that though. We had a much more immediate problem to deal with, namely what to do with Ava. She'd been unconscious ever since she absorbed Shoma's cryptoglobin, lying so still and quiet that it was hard to tell if she was still alive. But that didn't change the fact that she killed a member of our team in spite of her brainwashing. That wasn't the kind of thing we could just ignore. Ignore the fact that we tried to murder her too. Oh, I completely ignored the conversation right leading into it. I spent a restless night worrying over what would happen next until finally...
Up and Adam troops, time to rise and shine.
90 pulls for a Nekomata, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. Dude, that's what happened to me. I got fucking Soldier 11 when I was trying to get Jane M2. And I'm like, fucking, god damn it, man. I just wanted Jane M2 and I didn't get it. And I'm so sad. Well, now I'm guessing I get Yishwan or whoever the fuck that bitch is in the 2.0. Probably just Gap Horror. Or get Miyabi M2, because I have guaranteed coming up. And I have M1 Miyabi. So maybe if Miyabi rerun is soon, then I'll get Miyabi M2. I was awake now, but the living nightmare I'd experienced yesterday hadn't gone away. This was cold, hard reality. A reality where Ava had killed Shoma. How had things gone so far off track? Why couldn't I stop the people close to me from dying? I can't sit here moping. I need to talk to the others and figure out what to do about this. Just go to the cafeteria, you know? Over in the cafeteria, everybody looked solemn. When I came in, the mood seemed to get a little more tense. Ava's been in her cage ever since yesterday. They should move Ellen. They need to do, honestly, with how mediocre the early characters already are, they need to like do the HSR's thing where they let you lose 50/50s to banner characters now. Like they should just do that. Like there's no reason not to. I see. It was a necessary precaution. If she goes crazy like that again, Kaku could be in danger. Shoma used to be in charge of the key, but we put it in the war room for now. You think we ought to move Ato's cage to a corner of the schoolyard? I think so. Leaving him near Ava the way she is now would be asking for trouble. Yeah, that's probably the safest choice right now, especially with Sirei still out of action. Is there any chance Tsubasa can fix Sirei? She hasn't really been able to assess the damage yet. She's been too worried about other stuff. Ava went ahead and killed Shoma and Sirei, even when I've got to tip my hat to her. Shoma's the one who attacked her first. We could probably rule him killing him as self-defense. Technically, this whole war was self-defense, at least from Ava and the other Futurans' point of view. We all knew that, but this wasn't the time to point it out. It was a fact we were still struggling to come to terms with ourselves. Self-defense, I don't know about that. Ava's never really been one of us. She used to be our enemy, and she only fought for us because we brainwashed her. I mean, you all saw that. You all saw what she looked like when she killed Shoma and took his crypto globin, right? Yeah, that was pretty intense. She was like some kind of monster. Then it was a good thing we put her back in her cage, isn't it? Perhaps. But will that be enough? If she goes berserk again, I don't know if we can bring her under control. What are you getting at? You're saying it's too risky to allow Ava to live, right? You want to kill her. That doesn't seem fair, just because she might be dangerous. Might, nothing. She killed Shoma. We'll never be safe with someone like that around. Or do you want to just wait until she breaks out of her cage and attacks someone else? I hope you fucking die too, Gaku, in this route. She stopped being a member of this team the moment she killed one of us. We gotta treat her like any other enemy now. You too, Takemaru? I know you don't want this, Takumi. That's why I won't force the decision right away. But we need to be aware of the danger. Treat Ava with the appropriate amount of caution. Just so long as I'm not the one who has to guard her, I don't want to be her next victim. Ava was fast becoming a target of mistrust and fear, and it wasn't entirely unjustified. Hide your life. Honestly, I don't even know who the fucking pull on GFL2 next. I'm just sitting on polls. I got like 60 polls saved up now. I'm like, fucking, I don't know. Cause I got fucking V3 Klukai. I got V3 S1 Klukai. Like, I just barrel through all the fucking, I just barrel through everything. Springfield? Oh, Springfield's also broken, right? I heard Springfield was broken as well. But I don't go visit the subreddits or anything anymore for GFL2. I just play the game. I don't even like consume any. I don't look up anything on GFL2 anymore. The whole special defense unit was avoiding Ava now. And not just her. Oh, she makes Tololo do crazy damage. I don't even have Tololo though. And not just her. It also started to look at me differently. I didn't have to ask why. I was the one who insisted on saving Ava from Shoma. My insistence was that she tell us how she really felt was probably why she snapped too. I was just trying to stop Shoma from doing something he'd regret, but I stayed quiet. If I stayed quiet, he'd still be alive right now. On the other hand, if I hadn't stopped him, he'd have killed Ava. Damn it, what was I supposed to do? I knew there was no real answer to that question, but that just made my remorse stronger. I stayed in my room for the rest of that day. My thoughts continued to torment me long into the night. I was looking online, looking at the Discord after the things. This morning. I don't think the others will feel like talking to me right now. At least not until we settle the issue of what we're going to do with Ava. I wonder how she's doing. How does she feel being shut up in her cage while we decide her fate for her? Maybe I'll go check on her before I do anything else. I went to the courtyard and made my way toward Ava's cage. In spite of all the chaos she caused a few days ago, she was just sitting there quietly, just like always. Maybe absorbing Shoma broke her brainwashing. The only difference was that she was tied up now. We'd taken another of her freedoms away from her. Her expression didn't change when she noticed me.
Have you come to punish me, Mr. Sumino?
Okay, no, she's still brainwashed.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I don't remember anything after the end of the battle, but I've been told that I did something terrible. I must be punished. I will accept any punishment. Please, pass your judgment on me.
Sorry, but I don't have that right. Nobody here does. We can't judge you for what you've done, Ava.
Ava's only the way she is because Sirei obliterated her real personality and made her a mindless slave. If anything, what happened to Shoma was our punishment for doing that to her. Of course, the way she was now, all that was lost on her.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. If I'm not going to be punished, when will I be let out? I cannot obey your orders inside this cage. I need to fight. I need to kill the invaders.
No, it's okay. Don't need to think about that stuff right now. Really. The only reason you feel like you need to is because of what we've done to you.
I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Do you want me to stay in my cage and do nothing? If that is your order, I will obey it.
Sure, let's go with that. I'm sorry it has to be like this, but bear with it a little longer, okay?
Understood. I will remain here on standby until further notice.
Oh, I didn't read that sentence. I left the courtyard without coming to any new conclusions, but I still didn't think Ava killing Shoma meant we should kill her. It was our fault she was like this in more ways than one. We were the ones who started this war after all. Shoma's death had brought a lot of stuff into focus, stuff I'd been trying not to think about. Namely, what we'd done to Ava, how we were trampling her dignity, treating her like a thing instead of a person. This was war, and humanity's future was on the line. I knew that, but does that really make it okay to do something so cruel to a living, thinking person? No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. What we're doing isn't right. Despite my worries, I somehow managed to slip into a light, restless sleep. The morning, I decided to go see Ava again. I couldn't explain why, but I felt like I needed to talk to her some more.
How are you feeling today, Ava?
My physical condition is the same as ever.
That's good. Those restraints aren't hurting you, are they?
I am fine. They are a little tight around my chest, though.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Why the fuck?
don't think there's anything
Why
we can
the
do about
fuck? God damn it, game, man. Why the fuck you gotta be weird still? I stayed and talked with Ava for a while. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I could really call it a conversation. I wasn't talking to the real Ava after all. This was just what was left of her after Sirei had removed any part of her personality that might have given us trouble. That got me thinking, what was the real Ava like? Not the Ava, the enemy commander, but Ava the Futuran, the person. What had her personality been like before? What kind of life did she live? Who were the people she cared about the most?
Ava, did you have a family before? Somebody you wanted to protect?
I was just thinking out loud. I wasn't really expecting a reply. But my question had an effect on her. She's morbid. She's getting the memories.
Huh?
She's getting her memories back.
Ava, what is it? What's the matter?
Stop it! No!
Ava, please get a hold of yourself.
Something was seriously wrong here. Ava jerked around erratically, with a look of agony on her face, and then she slumped over motionless bed, like a puppet whose strings had been cut.
Ava? She's still breathing. She must have passed out. But why did this happen?
She's fighting. She's fighting out of the control. Should I tell the others about it? No, they'll just think she went berserk again. They're already looking for reasons to execute her. I'd better stay quiet. As I stood there looking down at her, Ava's lips parted ever so slightly and moved.
Mune.
Oh, there's her daughter. She's remembering. She's remembering her daughter. Again, just like the Bond events. ... I stuck to my decision. I didn't tell anyone about Ava's strange behavior. When she woke up again, she'd gone back to normal. Well, normal for her. But I couldn't stop thinking about what she'd said when she'd pass out. What was it again? Commune. Could that be someone's name? It seemed like asking about her family was what triggered that weird reaction. If she mentioned commune after that, then... That's her family, Takumi. Yeah. I guess we'll meet the Alliance this route, maybe? I don't know. Is the Alliance route with Ava alive? Things were still awkward between me and the rest of the team. I went to the cafeteria a little later than usual, so I wouldn't run into them.
Huh?
Alright, no one's here. True, I was staying out of everyone's way right now, but none of them were actively seeking me out either. It had been like that ever since I saved Ava. I didn't blame them for being mad at me. I was largely responsible for Shoma's death. I don't have anything to do today, but I'm still worried about Ava. Maybe I'll go check on her again. Takumi. Oh, hey, Nozomi. You've been going to talk to Ava a lot lately, huh? Yeah, I guess. Is that a problem? Not a problem exactly. Don't take this the wrong way, but I think you should stop. Huh? I can't tell what you're thinking. What happened wasn't Ava's fault. I can tell what you're thinking. What happened wasn't Ava's fault. It's just because of the brainwashing. But if you keep this up, people might get the wrong idea. Think about how it looks. Nozomi was right, of course. She summed up the situation pretty well. Seeing me go and talk to Ava every day, it wouldn't be unusual for the others to start getting suspicious of me. Thanks for the warning. I'm sorry, what I'm saying must sound heartless. I mean, you're all Ava has right now. If you stop going to see her, she'll be the target of everyone's hate and no one to turn to. But I'd rather that happen than see everyone turn on you. I had to say something. Even now, she's doing her best to be honest and considerate. Nozomi's such a good person. Better than I'll ever be. No, really, thank you. But I'm going to keep seeing Ava. What? I'm not doing it for her. That's the only way I can deal with my guilt. Both for getting Shoma killed and for making Ava the way she is. Heck, even for the fact that humanity are the ones trying to take the Futurans home from them. I've been complicit in so much horrible stuff. It feels like the guilt is going to crush me. Talking to Ava helps, somehow. Takumi. ... Our conversation drifted into an uneasy silence. I turned and left the cafeteria. Nozomi didn't try to stop me. I went to the courtyard to talk to Ava again. As usual, she answered all my questions with a dull, emotionless look on her face. In spite of that, when I talked to her, the miasma of guilt choking my heart felt a little more manageable. In the end, I was still using her, just in a different way from before.
It looks like it's getting late. I'd better head back for the day.
Understood. Goodbye, Mr. Sumino.
She looks kind of restless. Is she trying to tell me something?
Ava, is there something on your mind?
Mr. Sumino, why are you being so nice to me? I'm just a possession for you to use as you see fit.
I don't want to treat you like a possession anymore. Even if it's not by your own choice. You're still an ally I entrust my life to on the battlefield. And we've done something truly terrible to you. That's the reason things have ended up like this. But for what it's worth, I want to do whatever I can for you.
For me?
My words would probably have rung false if I were speaking to the real Ava. If I cared about her, I would have released her and let her go back to her own people. Since I couldn't do that, I was trying to make myself feel better by offering something else, a token of gesture to help lighten my guilt.
Ava, I know it's probably pointless to ask, but...
Yo, bring up commune again, bro. Bring up commune again.
Me? I want to kill invaders.
No, I mean, outside of battle. There's gotta be something, right? Is there, say...
He's bringing it up. He's probing.
Really miss right now?
The same way I miss Karuha.
You said someone's name last time. Commune. Do you know who that is?
Commune.
The moment she heard the name, Ava's face went pale. Oh, she's going crazy again. I wish I hadn't mentioned that name now, but there's no taking it back. Ava began thrashing around like she did last time. but with one very important difference.
Where am I? How did I get here?
She's breaking out!
What the?
She's breaking out!
My head! No! Stop! Get out of my head!
You gotta be kidding. The brainwashing's wearing off. The look in Ava's eyes had changed. It had gone from a beast-like confusion to fear and suspicion. It was the same way she looked when I tried to talk to her for the first time before Sire had took her away for his emergency treatment.
Please! No! No more! Don't mess with my head again!
I wish she got a free power-up from killing Shoma. That'd be so funny. Ava got plus 10 voltage, plus 1 damage.
Why are you doing this? How can you be so cruel?
Ava, please, you have to calm down. I'm not going to do anything to you, I promise.
I probably didn't sound very convincing, but I was desperate.
You have to stop yelling, though. If the others hear you, we could be in big trouble.
You won't do anything? That's a lie! Why would I believe anything you say?
Now that Sire's not here to operate the machine, Ava's brainwashing is gone for good. But if Hirako and the others find out she's her old self again...
Listen to me, Ava. You were brainwashed. It's only just wearing off now. But if the rest of my team realize that, they'll kill you for sure. I don't want that to happen.
Let's go, snake route or the rat route.
Side
with the invaders.
But please, just trust me on this. I'm trying to save your life.
Save my life? Oh wait, you're...
My frantic pleading finally got through to her and she began to calm down. She was no longer looking at me with outright animosity, but that fear and unease in her eyes hadn't gone away.
I think I'm starting to remember. It's like something out of a nightmare. A me who wasn't me. You're... Takumi Sumino, leader of the Special Defense Unit.
You remember what happened while you were brainwashed?
Only a little. It's coming back to me, but it's still fuzzy. Did you mean what you said just now? You really want to save me?
I do. Please, believe me.
It was such a subtle change that was easy to miss, but Ava's caution seemed to ease up a little.
After you took me prisoner, your commanding officer, Sire, he brainwashed me. Now that I've broken free of it, the risks of letting me live outweigh the benefits. It's like you said. If the others find out,
Thanks for summing that up for us, Ava. Yep, thanks for giving us a recap. She's still afraid, but she's thinking rationally. This is the real Ava, huh? She was a commander, so I guess it's no surprise that she'd be able to handle herself in a crisis. It feels like I'm seeing a whole new side of her, though.
But that begs the question. Are you really going to keep this a secret from your allies?
If I can, then yes. I'll try.
You'd betray your own team for me?
No, I wouldn't put it that way. I'm just as loyal to them as I always have been.
We've already did the decision, man. We chose Ava.
It's more like, even if our people are at war, as individuals, there's no need for you and me to hate each other, right?
So this is your way of easing your guilt for brainwashing me?
Yep, called out.
Well,
called out.
All right. I'll do as you say.
Thanks, Ava.
What am I going to do with her now, though? I don't have any kind of concrete plan. I'll have to think of something. I probably shouldn't stick around here, her for too much longer. If people get too suspicious, this will all be for nothing.
We'll talk about what we're going to do next tomorrow. If anyone else tries to speak to you before then.
I know. I'll pretend I'm still brainwashed. But don't worry. You're the only one who comes to see me anyway.
Ava smiled sadly. Reluctantly, I walked away, leaving her locked up in that cage for another day. I never expected Ava to break out of her brainwashing, and so completely too. This could be a big problem. Keeping a secret like this won't be easy. Why did it happen now though? How did she do it? She's been acting a little strange lately, but that only started at the end of our last battle. In other words, when she absorbed Shoma's cryptoglobin. Did doing that make Ava strong enough to break free of Soray's programming? It's not impossible, I guess. Yeah, the guy's defensive cryptoglobin. His defensive cryptoglobin so she could break out. Either way, I'm the one who made the choice to save her and set all this in motion. I need to be prepared for what this could mean for me. Depending on how I handle this, I might end up in a worse position than ever. That doesn't matter. I made my decision. Now I have to take responsibility for it. Day 68. Almost to the 69, let's go. After eating a quick, simple breakfast in the cafeteria, I made my way over to the courtyard when no one was watching. Naturally, I was going to talk to Ava about the future.
Takumi Samino.
When Ava saw me, she dropped her act, allowing emotion to show on her face again.
You're late. You ought to consider how I feel, waiting for you all alone.
Is this a fucking Ava romance route? Despite her rebuke, she seemed more relaxed now, almost like she was warming up to me.
Sorry. I didn't want to look like I was in too much of a hurry and risk tipping anyone off.
I know. I was just trying to make you feel bad.
I guess I deserve that much, at the very least.
We are enemies after all. You and I, we're... enemies. Invaders. And the invaded.
Ava stared at me intently, her gaze burning with a dozen warring emotions. Anger, hatred, grief, and more besides.
Why did you attack us? If you'd never come to Futurum, none of this would have happened.
I won't make excuses. I know that we're the ones who started this war now.
No, I didn't mean to blame you personally. You didn't know. You were told you were fighting to protect your friends and family.
If I had to put a name to the emotion on Ava's face right now, I'd have to call it pity. Compassion, maybe?
So, what's going to happen to me now?
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I'm not necessarily expecting you to set me free, but it would be nice to know.
At the very least, I can promise I won't tell anyone you're back to your old self. They hate you enough as it is.
Hate me? Isn't that a little excessive? They didn't treat me this way or make me wear these strange clothes before. Why did things change so suddenly?
Huh?
Something seemed odd about Ava's attitude. Could it be?
Do you remember a member of our team named Shoma? Shoma Genzaki.
Shoma. Yes, I remember. He used to come see me in my cage and help me out with little everyday things. Now that you mention it,
Oh, she doesn't remember when she killed him. Oh, so
What's
sad.
happened to him?
Aw, Shoma. Shoma! I was right. Ava doesn't remember killing Shoma. She did say her memory was still fuzzy. What now? Should I tell her? No, the shock might be too much for her. I've got to tell her, but I've got to tell her something.
You've gone pale. Oh no. Did he?
Oh, at least she's fucking smart enough to read
He died.
people.
In battle.
Oh. I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Ava was too observant for me to hide the truth completely, but at least I was able to hold back the most important detail for now.
He was kind to me, even when I was a prisoner. I got the feeling that he just wasn't made for war.
Yeah. He was a good guy. And a much braver, kinder person than he ever gave himself credit for.
You've had it hard too, haven't you?
Ava spoke with a kind of sympathy that I instinctively knew was sincere. Even shut up in this cage behind enemy lines, she still found it in her heart to consider my feelings. Obviously, Shoma wasn't the only brave, kind soul around here.
You're not worried about me, are you? I'm the one responsible for killing all your friends.
Friends? Oh, do you mean the other heroes?
Oh, I hated their guts.
We fought on the same side, but I wouldn't call them friends. They certainly didn't think of me that way. I didn't ask to be chosen by the power of God. If it weren't for that, I would never have gone to war in the first place. I never wanted to be a hero.
And with that, I finally understood. Ava and I may have been on different sides, born on different planets, but we were basically the same. Neither of us wanted to fight or kill other people, but with our homes and families on the line, we'd been left with no choice. We didn't choose this life, it was chosen for
It's
us.
the same for all of you, isn't it? I understood that once I saw you outside of battle. You don't really want to fight either. It's too bad we had to meet like this. In another time and place, we might have been...
Friends. Ava couldn't bring herself to finish that sentence. I couldn't say anything to comfort her either. I just stared into her big, sad eyes. After a while, I checked again to make sure no one was watching and made my way back inside. Dot dot dot. She doesn't remember what she did to Shoma. This could be bad. Veshna said the commanders are forbidden to absorb another person's cryptoglobin. When Ava does remember, she won't have to deal with the guilt of killing someone who didn't deserve it, but breaking one of her people's most serious religious taboos, too. I can't do that to her. I better keep it a secret a little longer. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I didn't notice someone else coming down to the hallway toward me until they spoke up. Hideko? Oh, Tsubasa. Hey, Takumi. Oh, hey, Tsubasa. It feels like a while since we've talked, huh? Are you okay? You look kind of pale. I'm fine. I didn't get enough sleep last night, that's all. Same here, but I'm one step closer to fixing Sirei now. Oh, so the repairs are going well. Yep, Mocha and some of the others went out and found me a bunch of useful materials. And Yugami found a bunch of data and schematics and stuff on the war room computer. Are we gonna fucking sabotage Sirei at night? How long do you think it will be until you can fix them? At the rate things are going now, probably just 3 more days. I didn't exactly like the guy, but he was useful to have around. I think Shion misses him too. He hasn't appeared since Sirei got destroyed, you know. I'm worried about him. Anyway, I'm gonna head to the cafeteria. I gotta fuel up so I can keep working. See ya. I parted ways with Tsubasa and went back to my room, feeling more uneasy than ever. We gotta stop Sirei from getting revived, dude. Sounds like she's really going to fix Sirei. Now things are looking really bad. If Sirei comes back and hears Ava's been acting strange, he's sure to look into the cause, thoroughly. Then the fact that the brainwashing come undone is bound to come out. Tsubasa said she'd be done in another 3 days. That makes day 71 my time limit. Doesn't leave me a lot of time, but what should I do? Day 69, let's go!
Get ready for your prepare.
Yeah,
Be ready to give
for the rock music. After breakfast, I once made my way to the courtyard to talk to Ava. We discussed the situation from different angles, and she told me a little more about Futurum and its people. As we talked, I gradually became aware of something. I was enjoying myself. Being here with her, talking about whatever came into our heads, it was a nice way to get away from everything for a while.
You know, the more you tell me, I get the feeling Future.
Damn, this really is the Ava romance route.
So different after all.
I know. It's not just how we look, but our culture and history is similar too. Maybe we share a common ancestor somewhere in the distant past.
Sounds like something out of a sci-fi story. But it wouldn't be all that strange.
Dude, they have fucking ramen. They're like other humans. I don't know how the fuck this works though. Is it like parallel universe humans or something? Ava suddenly stopped talking and looked. I look a profound sorrow across her face.
Is something wrong?
I know that telling you about this won't do me any good, but I was thinking about my daughter.
Daughter? You have kids?
Do I look too young to be a mother? Well, technically, she is adopted.
I can't believe we're on the MILF route.
Her name is Commune. She's only a little girl, but she's very smart.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of came in, was like, hey, and then she died to fucking a insanely contrived situation. Commune, so she was remembering her family.
Her birth parents tried to oppose Veshna's and were executed. She killed them right in front of her.
Oh,
Commune
God.
has suffered so much already.
Fucking
I just want her
Veshna's,
to
dude.
be happy.
Fucking Cell.
Don't look so worried. We may be apart now, but I'm sure God is watching over her.
You know, I've been meaning to ask about that too. The god that you believe in on this planet. What kind of deity are they?
I can tell you some of our legends, for starters.
Lore.
Long ago, God gave Futurum the boxes of blessings and calamity.
The what?
Blessings? Calamity.
What?
7 boxes of blessings.
The
that
7
could
Dragon
grant any
Balls?
wish,
What? The 7 Dragon
and
Balls?
6 boxes of calamity that would bring disaster when opened.
The 6 Chaos Emeralds?
It's said that God's power is what gave the boxes such frightening potential. After they appeared, that same power brought about a long period of peace. We still believe that those chosen to wield it are closer to God than others.
We just
But
got
when this
the
war
random Dragon
started,
Ball lore thrown
Everything
in.
changed. Our divine powers are no longer used simply to protect others, but to actively slaughter our enemies as well. My sister, that is, Veshnis, was at the forefront of that change in attitude. Commune's birth parents tried to stop her, so she killed them.
I saw fear, sadness, and powerlessness reflected in Ava's eyes. I was still getting used to seeing her express so much emotion.
My poor Commune. Fate hasn't been kind to her. Even now, she can't be truly free. Even if I'm just a replacement for the mother she lost, I still want to give her all of the love I can.
Just a replacement. Somehow I doubted that. When Ava talked about commune, her whole being radiated love, the kind of love that only a real mother could feel. Seeing her like this seemed to make everything fall into place, and the last of my doubts disappeared.
Listen, Ava. I've made up my mind.
Dude, all the talk routes with the Futurans have been the most interesting routes. Ato's route too. Goodbye, Ato. You weren't here for that till like the very end, but it was Ato with Futuran children. And I was like, oh, this is also a good route. All the good routes are when we just talk with the Futurans. I crouched down in front of the cage so I could look at her in the eye, face to face.
I'm going to get you out of here.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. So long as you're at this school, you'll never be safe. Sooner or later, you'll be seen as a potential threat and executed, or brainwashed again.
Either way, it amounted to this Ava disappearing forever. I didn't want that, and for some reason, I don't think Shoma would have either.
You really mean it, don't you? But what about you, Takumi? If you let me go, won't you be treated as a traitor?
I'll figure something out. Maybe I can make it look like an accident.
I don't understand. Why are you willing to go that far for my sake?
I didn't have an answer for her, not one I could put into words anyway. But the camaraderie I'd felt for Ava before, the sympathy I feel for her now, the guilt at being part of an invading force, they were all driving me in the same direction. Maybe that wasn't much of a reason, or maybe it was all the reason I needed.
I guess it's because this war isn't what I thought it was. Knowing what I do now, I just can't justify it anymore.
Let's go. Fuck humanity.
That's why it's so important to me to do the right thing in other ways, if I can. That's really all there is to it.
And the right thing is saving me.
Saving you and reuniting you with Commune.
Oh,
And I don't want to stop there either. Talking to you has made me realize how alike we all are. You and Commune can find other common ground between our planets. I'm sure of it. I'll try to find something on this side too. Maybe then we can stop the fighting and end this war peacefully.
Let's go.
Maybe I'm being hypocritical.
Let's go.
Or
Fuck
naive.
humanity.
Maybe I'll be
Fuck
treated as a
humanity. Let's
traitor.
do it.
But I don't care about that. I just want to follow my heart and do what I believe is right.
Takumi. Thank you.
And just like that, my future had been decided. Now I knew what I had to do. It was best to do it sooner rather than later. I get everything ready today and carry out the plan by tomorrow. On day 70, I was going to set Ava free. Sonic, let's go. I got up early before the morning announcement. I went over to everything in my mind one last time, then headed to Ava's cage. First, I handed her a small knife to cut her restraints with. Phew, I can finally move my arms and legs again. Those ropes were really tight around my chest too. Yeah, you mentioned that. All that's left now is to unlock the cage. But knowing how Hirako and the others, they'll probably have some kind of extra security in place to tip them off if it's open. But when I do open it, get out of here as fast as you can. Are you sure you want to do this? I held her gaze for a few moments and smiled. It's too late for second thoughts now. I've come this far. I'm not backing down. Thank you for giving me. I'm really grateful. Peaceful negotiation might not be possible while Veshnis is still in charge, but I'll do what I can for you. Whatever happens to me from here on, I'll never forget what you've done for me. Ava, I wanted to say something clever, something meaningful, but I knew I never do justice to all the complex, confusing things I was feeling. Instead, I fumbled with the key I got from the war room and thrust it into the lock. Good chat. Huh? What's wrong, Takumi? That's weird. It's not opening. The key won't fit. Are you sure it's the right key? It's the right one, all right. I just switched it with a dummy. God damn it. Yuriko got us, you rat. You rat, trying to let out the enemy, I see. Yuriko. Everyone. In a flash, 3 more figures appeared surrounding me. Gaku, Yugamu, Takemaru. Such a pity. I didn't think you'd really try to release the prisoner. How could you let her get inside your head? You're supposed to be the leader here. I didn't want to believe it either, but now that we've caught you in the act, we can't let this slide. You betrayed us, Takumi. Ain't no way I'm accepting you as a leader anymore. What's going on? How did you guys know? You got bigger things to worry about. You really done it now, Sumino. Sirei, why didn't we fucking stop the reconstruction, Takumi, you idiot? Sirei, but why? I thought repairs weren't done yet. Come on, it's just that good. Thanks to her, your beloved commander's back and better than ever. Good thing, too. I was just in time to stop you from making a terrible mistake. No. And it seems like Eva snapped out of brainwashing all on her own, too. Did absorbing Genzaki's crypto globe and give you the strength to do that, I wonder? Absorb? What are you talking about? Stop it, Sirei. Don't tell her. You mean you don't remember, Ava? You killed Genzaki and sucked him dry. Taking his crypto globe and made your own power of God stronger. Strong enough to break through my brainwashing. This isn't good. When Ava finds out what she did, she'll... I took his power. I consumed the power of God. That can't be. I violated the taboo. No! Ava, calm down. You killed an irreplaceable member of the Special Defense Unit. The least you could do is remember him. That's enough, Sirei. Restraining Takumi comes first. Restraining me? Sorry, man. We can't risk you running around and trying something like this again. Give us a favor. Come quietly, okay? I don't want to fight you. Besides, it's 4 against 1. You seriously don't think you can win with odds like that, do you? The 4 of them began to close in on me. I broke God's law. It can't be. It's a lie. I can't let Ava out when she's like this. And if she got out, she's in no condition to run or defend herself. Right then, when I was about to give up hope. Boom! There was the sound of an explosion and a blinding light flooded my vision. What's this? A flash grenade. But who could have thrown it? Over here, Takumi, hurry! Is it Ato? You! Oh, let's go! Wait, this round's kind of fun. Let's go! Ato team up. Still dazzled by the light, I took hold of his hand and let him lead the way. After a terrifying few seconds of running blind, the light started to fade. Let's go! Somehow we made it all the way to the schoolyard. ... What are you doing here? Let's go, my goat! Phew, it looks like we lost them. It's a good thing Kurata left a bunch of traps laying around in her room. Ato, why? ... It wasn't just me Ato had saved. He somehow got Ava out of her cage and brought her with us. You got lucky, Takumi. When you moved my cage from Ava's, it caused some kind of fault with the electromagnetic equipment. I could have escaped at any time. I just chose not to. I lost interest after you let me live the second time. I'd planned to stay put and watch the conclusion to your ugly, loathsome lives. But then I happened to hear a rumor that you're going to betray the team, Takumi. I doubt you happened to hear anything from where your cage was moved to. Well, I'll leave the part to your imagination. The point is, once I heard about that, I couldn't remain passive anymore. While you were busy in the courtyard just now, I snuck out and got the real key from the war room. And while the others were blinded, I opened up Ava's cage and let her out. Okay, but why? Why would you save the 2 of us? You're allying yourself with Ava, aren't you? That means you're an enemy of humanity now. And as you know, I hate humanity. Let's go. What? No, that's not what I was trying to do. Perhaps not, but that's what everyone is going to think. That's why I had to step in and save you. Not that I was going to help your case very much. He's right. It was bad enough that the others found out I was helping Ava, but if they also think I'm working with Ato, well, good luck from here on. Consider this a parting gift. Ato handed me a knapsack that had been lying on the ground nearby. I packed a set of Ava's battle gear and some light rations, as well as your infuser, Takumi. Let's go. Ato's my goat. Ato's my goat. Now that things have reached this point, neither of you are going to be welcome here. What? But, no, you're right. I left a fire extinguisher near the wall of fire. Use it and get out of here. Takumi, are you sure about this? Ava hadn't quite recovered from the shock of hearing what she'd done yet. But she calmed down a little now, and although she wouldn't say it, she seemed worried. It's fine, Ava. This just means I'm going to reunite you with Commune in person. After that, we can figure out a way to open up peace talks. This might actually be better for us. Let's end this war together. Takumi. There's never a dull moment with you around, Takumi. Personally, I think any attempts to negotiate with humanity are doomed to failure. But I'll at least hope that you end your life in a way that has meaning for you. What are you going to do, Ato? I'll stay here. It's not like I have anywhere else to go. Besides, it might be fun to see how long this school lasts without you here. Okay, well, thanks again. Don't mention it, really, don't. Your gratitude makes my skin crawl. You better leave before they come after you. Oh, I love you, Eito. Right, come on, Ava, let's go. Okay. And so Ava and I ran, leaving Last Defense Academy behind us. I only looked back once, one final look at the school. For a moment, I thought I saw Karuha standing there, seeing us off with a melancholy look on her face. Dude, he's the only fucking, he's even more than Hirako. He's the only person here with a brain. And it's like, he actually does stuff. He has a way more interesting character arc than Takumi. He just does that. He's just the guy. He's the man. There he goes. Didn't you want to say anything to him? No, it's fine. If this is what Takumi wants, there's nothing more to say. You're worried so hard. You worked so hard to save him, though. Are you sure you want to keep it a secret? Oh, Karuha did it all behind the scenes.
Oh.
Nozomi, she even begged for my help, let me out of my cage, and then went and found the real key, all for him. Is this what they call unselfish love? You'll have to forgive me. I never understood that kind of thing. No, that's not it. It's... Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel. We have to fight if we want to survive, but so long as we keep fighting, other people will suffer. In a situation like this, I have no idea what's right or wrong. No one does. I think that's part of why Takumi is leaving. He can't think of the Futurans as just the enemy anymore. If that's how he feels, I won't stand in his way or force him to stay and fight against his will. All I want is for Takumi to press forward and trust in his decision, just like he always has. Okay, Nozomi put in the work too. I think the team leader of the Special Defense Unit will run off with an enemy commander. If Sumino follows Atsuki's lead and starts fighting on their side instead, it could be a problem. We're better off detonating the bomb in him now so that doesn't... Wait a moment, Sirei. You're stopping me, Shizuhara. What gives? From Veshness' point of view, Ava is already a traitor. I can't imagine the invaders welcoming her or Takumi with open arms. And when you factor in how inhospitable the rest of this planet is, the two of them probably won't live very long on their own. Give them enough time and they'll be begging to be allowed back into the school. What, you think you can afford to just wait for them to come crawling back? They'll effectively be acting as decoys while they're out there. They might even kill some of our enemies for us. But if Veshness kills Takumi and takes his crypto globin, beating her is going to be hard enough already. We don't have much of a chance winning without Shoma, Ava, and Takumi anyway. I don't think Takumi deserted us without good reason either. Hey, Shirako's using her brain a bit. He has a plan, I'm certain of it. What kind of plan? I don't know. But I do know he'll do his best for us in his own way. You can't do that if you kill him now. Why not take a chance on him figuring something out? Also, a little reminder, we could have left you the way you were before. We didn't have to fix you. You can consider this your way of returning the favor. Well, I never had you pegged for the sentimental type, Shizuhara. Thought you were all about strategy and logic. ... Eh, sure, why not? You've won me over with your honeyed words. I guess it's all better to bet on a slim chance than no chance at all. And let's face it, the way things are now, humanity needs every chance it can get. We certainly do. Okay, Hirako has her own ideas going on. Oh my god, we gotta save in the middle of a route again? Oh shit. This is a real route. Ava and I wandered through ruin after abandoned ruin. Oh, that was all we found, no matter where we went. The merciless heat in the day and cruel cold at night slowly but surely ate away at our energy. At some point, we stopped walking and stood in place like statues. All around us was nothing but ruins and rubble. We didn't have the energy to move another inch forward. I've been prepared for the fact that I might die back when I defied Sirei to save Ava. Now it looked like our escape had only brought us a few days' reprieve. Needless to say, dying so far away from the school meant I'd die for good. Takumi, I'm sorry that you have to suffer like this. I'm the one who should be punished. I broke God's law and now you're paying the price. It's a little late for that now. I told you before, didn't I? I made my choice and I'm sticking to it. And you don't regret it? I looked at Ava, her face pale, washed out with exhaustion, and smiled. It hurt me. It hurt from how cracked my lips were, but I did it anyway. I've made a lot of choices since this war began, choices I can never take back. If I had to be honest, I got a ton of regrets about all of them, but not this one. For once, I know I made the right decision. We may be from different worlds, and we may have started on different sides, but being here with you even like this, it makes me happy. Oh, Takumi, you're such a fool. Such a wonderful fool. Ava and I stood there, buffeted by the merciless winds and dust storms, leaning on each other for support. Each other, that was all we had now. Morning found us still standing there, surrounded by the desolate remains of Futuran civilization. Which day was this again? 74? The rations Ato had given us were getting low. We were going to run out of water soon. This barren wasteland wasn't likely to offer us anywhere to top our supplies either. None of the buildings had anything edible left inside them. We were just lucky we didn't run into any invaders. In a way, being killed by the very planet my people tried to invade was probably a fitting end for me. Commune. I wanted you to meet her too. Hey, don't be like that. It could still happen. Even as I said it, I knew it was a vain hope. This planet was a big place, and we didn't even know if Ava's daughter was still alive out there somewhere. Even if she was, the two of us no longer had it in us to go find her. All we could do now was stay put and wait for death to claim. Oh, we don't get to meet her this route? What the fuck? We made it to day 75. I thought we had, anyway. I might have lost count. My eyes hurt from the blazing sun shining onto my face. I guess that meant I was on the ground now, lying face up. I didn't know how long I'd been like that, but I couldn't see myself getting up again anytime soon. Ava.
Me.
We're just dying. I croaked out Ava's name and she answered me. That was the only sign I had that we were both still alive. I forced my arm to move and reached out in the direction her voice had come from. Slowly. Slowly. My fingers met hers sooner than I was expecting. She reached out for me too.
I'm going to try to think about this the same way you do. This isn't punishment for violating a taboo. It's just where my choices have led me.
Ava.
Talking to you. Being saved by you. The time we've spent together. It's... I don't know how to explain it, but somehow, when I'm with you, I feel at peace. If this is how I die, here, with your hand in mine, maybe it won't be so bad.
I had the sense that Ava had closed her eyes. I didn't like where this was going. A chill ran down my spine. I called her name again, but this time there was no reply. Is this really the end? I guess this was always where we were headed, right from the time we left the school. But Ava, I wanted to live, you to live, even if I couldn't. I wanted to feel like I'd protected something, someone important. But it's over now. Everything's fading. It's all going dark. We're dead. It's over. Day 76. We're dead. Just us. Oh, we are dead. Oh my god. Alright, how are we getting saved out of this? Dot. Me, Takumi, please wake up, Takumi. At the sound of that voice, I opened my eyes. Huh? Oh shit, we got rescued. We have by Futurans. Where am I? Takumi, you're awake. Oh, thank goodness. I found myself laying on a simple bed with Ava looking down at me with an expression of profound relief. Ava, how are we still alive? I tried to raise my tired head up and looked around. We weren't in the ruins where we'd passed out. This felt like somewhere completely different. Someone rise to save us right at the last minute. Saved us. Who would do that? Oh, it says commune. Aha, you're awake. This is certainly a relief. You might not have made it if it wasn't for you. Thank you so much. Commune. Commune? Don't be so modest, mother. You've been nursing him around the clock as well. You may have come to first, but I wish you'd be more careful. Ava, did you say commune? So this girl is... Yes, I'm Ava's daughter, Commune. It's nice to meet you, Takumi. Mother has told me a lot about you. We were fortunate to be able to save both of your lives. Welcome to the Rebellion headquarters. Rebellion? It's a long story. You should have some warm soup first. Now that you mention it, that'd be great. I'm starving. We're the Solo Rebellion. While I dug into the first hot food I had in days, Commune told me what was going on. The people of Futurum on Earth had been at war for years, generations even. Futuran society had become a military dictatorship, with Veshness ruling by right of her abnormally strong cryptoglobin. The power of God she'd been blessed with made her a hero among heroes, someone who had saved the planet from certain doom countless times. but all that power had gone to her head. She started eliminating anyone who opposed her or dared to disagree with her policies. For Veshness, every living Futurian was a potential weapon to use in the war against us. Those grotesque monsters we called invaders, they'd all just been regular people once. Plenty still opposed what Veshness was doing, but they couldn't do so openly. That was why they formed this underground resistance group, the Rebellion. Ava's daughter, Commune, had assumed control of the Rebellion. As its only cryptogloban user, she was the natural choice. Still, it's gotta be a tough job for a little girl like her. Alas, the Rebellion lacks the power to engage the Supreme Commander and her forces directly. Any resistance we offer is but a drop in the ocean. Even my divine power is ill-suited for battle. On the bright side, that means Veshness has largely ignored us in favor of more immediate threats. Like me and my friends. Indeed, the hero-class fighters have all been sent to assail your base rather than hunt us down. Then why don't we work together? None of us want this war to continue. If we can stop Last Defense Academy from raising this planet and take down Veshness too, we might just be able to live in peace. It's a pleasant thought, but we have no hope of defeating Veshness. And as for your academy, do you really think you can destroy it? Can you bring yourself to fight your former allies? No, I knew very well I couldn't do that, not so long as I had this bomb inside me. And do not forget, you're kind of the hated invader who had laid waste to our planet. Yeah, of course. Oh, but you are different, Takumi. As the one who saved my mother's life, I have nothing but gratitude for you. Commune looked at me with genuine affection. Ava must have been playing up my good points while I was still unconscious. Still, if Veshness defeats your old team, she will surely come after us next. I hate to say this, but our best chance may be for Veshness and Last Defense Academy to destroy each other. Commune, I'm so sorry you've had to shoulder this burden alone. I took everything I had to keep Veshness away from you for this long. This was more than enough, Mother. I'm just happy I get to see your smiling face again. Oh, Commune. Not to mention having the two of you here will provide quite the morale boost. You sure you want me too? Of course, the Rebellion is a refuge for anyone on the run from Veshness. Besides, what kind of daughter would I be if I turn away a man my mother favors so highly? Favors? It's not exactly a honeymoon resort, but please do make yourself... They're just laying it on. Do make yourselves at home here. Commune, I think you've misunderstood. Oh, I understand all too well, Mother. Come, let me show you to your tent. Due to supply issues, you both will have to stay in the same tent together, but I'm sure that won't be a problem for you, fucking... It's probably yeah, I would probably rejoin the academy. Or stay with the Rebellion, yeah. Probably that choice. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be Veshness attacks the academy and we either go back and say we're friends, or we let them kill each other. And then fucking Commune just playing a matchmaker right here. Due to supply issues, we'll both have to stay in the same tent together, but I'm sure that won't be a problem for you. ... Shall we? Yeah, I guess we should. Awkwardness aside, this was the start of mine and Ava's life with the Rebellion. Our final deadline, day 100, was getting closer, but our bodies need time to heal and recover. Not being used to Futurian people or customs, I felt a little out of place at first, but Ava did her best to help me get used to it in any way she could. With all that time we were spending together, the vague feelings I had for Ava began to develop into something more definite. I couldn't deny them anymore, and so the days passed by one after another. Damn, this is that fucking Ava route. 93, we fucking skipped so many days! The wind was gentle that morning. I felt like the kind of day where you could relax and go with the flow. Way out on the horizon, the mountains towered underneath an endless azure blue sky. It was kind of scenery I could never have even dreamed of back in the complex. I sat outside our tent for a while, just marveling at the sight of it. Living here was nice. It was quiet. Time passed by without me really noticing. Even with the occasional invader attack, there were never too much for Ava and me to deal with. It wasn't like at Last Defense Academy where it felt like we won every battle by the skin of our teeth. Wonder how everyone is doing back at the school. I bet they're still fighting hard. Oh, Takumi, you're out here, huh? Ava emerged from our tent and sat down next to me. Were you thinking about your friends again? Yeah, and not good thoughts either. What do you mean? Just that it's thanks to them fighting all the tough battles that we can live so comfortably heal. Yes. According to Commune Scouting Party, several more squads have been sent to attack the school since we escaped. They're probably doing everything they can just to get by. Dying, getting revived, dying again. Despite knowing that, more than feeling sorry for them or guilty for not helping, I just feel happy. I want things to stay the way they are. I like my peaceful life here with you. I don't want it to end. It's not fair that I get to be happy while the others are going through hell. It should bother me more. Takumi, I'm a terrible person. I was their leader, but I ran off and abandoned them. At some point, I started shaking, and not because I was cold. Ava took my trembling hands in hers and drew me into a warm embrace, comforting me like she would a crying child. Of course you don't want to fight anymore. Of course you want to be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to feel bad about it. Besides, I'm pretty terrible myself. I allowed my precious daughter to shoulder a burden she's far too young to bear. Not only that, I also broke one of my people's most sacred laws.
Even if I can't take your sins away, I can at least lament mine with you. We're both guilty of awful things. So why not comfort each other in our guilt?
I didn't know what to say. What could I say? In all likelihood, these 100 days were going to end just like the last, with Shion's undying flame scorching the planet and destroying everything in their path. The only way our peaceful lives can continue was if Last Defense Academy fell. Commune's suggestion that we hope Veshness and the Special Defense Unit wipe each other out had seemed heartless at the time, but deep down, I think a part of me felt that way too. Come back inside, it's cold out here. Yeah. I let Ava lead me away, back into our tent. Dun, 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 dun. As from the bottom of my heart, all I wanted was to live with her like this, always. But I knew that wouldn't happen. Everything was going to change, and soon. I could feel it inside me with a cold, hard certainty I struggled to ignore. Soon. While I was wandering around the rebellion camp, Commune called out to me. Hello, Takumi. You certainly seemed like you had a good time last night. Did we just fuck? Quit kidding around. Is my relationship with your mom just one big joke to you? Also, we did fuck last night. Cool. Oh, haha. The two of you are so close these days. After all, perhaps I'm a little jealous. You're always so mature and level-headed. You feel more like her sister than her daughter sometimes. In all seriousness, I'm happy for her. I've never seen Mother smile the way she does around you before. Her life has been so full of worry and unwanted obligations. She's never really had the chance to... You said it pretty tough, huh? Yes, she never wanted to fight, but after being chosen by God's power, she had little choice. Not to mention her own sister, the Supreme Commander. She's been used and exploited at every turn. But now it feels as though she's really living her own life, thanks to you, Takumi. Hey, come on. If anything's giving her life meaning, it's you, Commune. The hope of finding her way back to Commune was what had made Ava beg us to spare her life, after all. I know my mother loves me very much. I've never doubted that. But it's because we are so close that I can tell that you are special to her, Takumi. I'm special. Mother and I are parent and child. We can never be equal partners. That's kind of a lot of pressure. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. That's the spirit. Keep it up and one day I may call you father. Commune smiled mischievously. I couldn't tell how serious she was. But it was clear she meant it when she said she was happy for Ava. She must have been so worried about her all this time. Could Ava, Commune, and I really be a family someday? It was a nice idea. Just thinking about it made me smile. And how much happier would I be if I could make that dream a reality? They're fucking dying. Oh my god. Because they always do that in these routes. Every single invader route has always gone like, wow, these days are so great. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Boom, thing bad happens. Every single one. We had another string of peaceful days without any scuffles against invaders. That in itself wasn't a bad thing, but I had an uneasy feeling about what might be coming next. My misgivings turned out to be right on the mark. One day, Commune visited our tent looking pale and shaken. I received a troubling report. A hero was sent to attack Last Defense Academy a few days ago, specifically Dalsha, the paragon of warfare. Dalsha? What? Who is that? The man. They're not gonna develop the poison while we're gone somehow. What? Who is that? Dalsha is one of the planet's greatest warriors, strong enough to be considered warfare incarnate. He was Supreme Commander before Veshness ousted him and locked him away. She must have let him out on condition that he fight for her. She really is getting desperate now. There's still someone that strong out there? We didn't fight this Dalsha guy last time. We'd have thought Veshness would let a trick like that up her sleeve. He and Veshness are not exactly on good terms, but given the chance, I would have liked to invite him to join the rebellion. But what about the school? What happened to the Special Defense Unit? They somehow managed to defeat Dalsha, though it cost your friend made of undying flames most of his power. Shion, damn it, why does he have to be so reckless? Though they won, the school sustained massive damage in the process. The undying flames surrounding have disappeared too. The wall of fire is gone? Does that mean Shion's dead? Or did he just use up too much of his energy? Either way, there were two things I could be sure of. Firstly, the school had used up its last resort. Shion wouldn't be able to protect them a second time. And second, if there weren't enough undying flames to keep the wall up anymore, there definitely wouldn't be enough to raise the planet on day 100. One of my major concerns have effectively disappeared, but that didn't matter to me. What about the others? Are they okay to survive the battle? Takumi, I cannot tell you that. All my spies could glean was that the building itself has taken heavy damage. I don't like the sound of that. So long as everyone stayed on school grounds, they could be brought back if they died. If the infirmary was taken out of the commission, though, all bets would be off. Of course, I had no reason to think that was a part of school that had been damaged, but Veshness is bound to notice the absence of the protective wall. She will probably mount her final attack on the academy. Okay, so this is gonna be the choice: either abandon abandon the academy, or go back and save it. She will probably mount her final attack on the academy soon. One final bloodbath to destroy the invaders that have caused the planet so much grief. Yes, and she'll want to finish the job herself. That's just the kind of person she is. What are the rebellion going to do? We will watch how it plays out. That is all. As I told you before, we are not warriors. The best we can do is hope that both threats neutralize each other. I didn't have any right to criticize Commune's judgment. Not so long ago, I probably would have said the same thing if it meant I could keep my peaceful life here. Sorry, too. I like to be alone for a while. I left the tent and went outside to think. Takumi, are you... Awake or asleep, I got no rest. A confusing mishmash of emotions was warring inside me. On the one hand, there was my concern for my friends, the feeling that I couldn't sit here and do nothing while they were in trouble. And on the other, the urge to stay out of it and just hunker down and wait for the end to come. I kept going back and forth, first feeling one way and then the other. On and on it went. Awake or asleep, I got no rest. 2 days later again. Ever since I heard the news about the school, I'd been caught in an endless nightmare. It kept me awake at night and haunted me in my dreams. There was no escape. I knew going back now wouldn't change anything. I knew that. I was a traitor after all. They'd probably detonate the bomb in my body the moment they saw me. And I was happy here. I had a life with Ava that was actually worth living. My choice should have been clear. Really, it was no choice at all. So why did I still feel so conflicted? And what was I going to do? Tomorrow is the day, the fight. Commune came to wake me up that morning, looking more small and vulnerable than I'd ever seen her. Uh-oh. I just received a report from one of my recon teams. Is it? Yes, Veshness is leading a massive force of her mutated bioweapons toward Last Defense Academy. It seems the time has come for them to settle things. Day 98. Takumi. Ava didn't actually say don't go, but it was written all over her face. Based on our projections, you'll probably arrive at the school tomorrow. That's when the final battle will take place. Tomorrow. If I left now, I might still be able to make it in time, but should I? If I was being completely honest with myself, I didn't want to lose the happiness I'd found here. But could I really abandon my friends after everything we've been through together? I had to make a choice to make. The last one before this war finally ended. What was I going to live from here on? Should I just follow my heart? What did following my heart even mean for me? It was time to decide once and for all. Alright, do we save Last Defense Academy? Go save it. Stay here. Stay here. I think this is gonna be the offshoot route, right? Staying here. I feel like the game is pushing me to go save him. Hiroko set up like he'll come save us, I'm sure of it. Right? This is the offshoot route? Yep. I was right. My heart was in anguish. It assaulted me with all my guilt that it could muster, begged me not to abandon the ones I'd sworn to protect, my friends, my family, my entire species. But I ignored its entreaties. I had something else I wanted to protect now. Takumi? Ava, that's who I want to protect. As long as I have her by my side, nothing else matters. That's how I feel in my heart of hearts. I won't go back to the academy. I'll stay here and continue to build a life with Ava. Even if I lose everything else, this is what my heart wants. It's okay, Ava. I made my choice. I don't know how many days, months, or years have passed since then. What? But Ava and I have been wandering the wasteland for some time. Is she pregnant? Oh, fucking hell. For a long time now. On that fateful day, Last Defense Academy fell and was destroyed. Oh, okay. Veshness did not die. The forces of Earth were foiled, and Veshness's rule became stronger than ever. Futurum wasn't raised by undying flames, but now we had a dictator to deal with, as powerful as she was ambitious. She hunted down the rebellion with extreme prejudice. We lost touch with Commune, and don't know if she's still alive. Ava and I have managed to avoid Veshness so far, but it may only be a matter of time.
Takumi, I felt it kick just now.
You did? Wow. It's so full of energy.
Oh my god, the baby route.
Yeah. It's a real little rascal.
Brother, how are you gonna
can't wait
give
to meet
birth with no one else to help you except fucking Takumi?
Same here. We could use an excuse to celebrate.
We lost a lot, almost everything in fact, except for each other. But I still have Ava, and she still has me. So I don't regret making this choice, even with the world in the state it's in. It's what allowed me to share my life with the woman I love.
I bet the baby's going to look like you.
No way. Definitely going to take after its mother.
We began walking again, hand in hand, feeling each other's warmth and knowing that we weren't alone. Perhaps this was our punishment for everything we'd done, but it wasn't all bad. We had the world to ourselves now, and for the rest of our lives, we'd always have each other. Fucking wandering the desert, trying to raise a baby. Alright, Ava route, let's go. Ava route, The Wanderers, number 8. 19. Alright, let's do the decision. Let's save Last Defense Academy. I wonder how this route's gonna end if we save him. I think we're gonna get blown up by Saray. Or like the planet's still gonna get raised. And we're all gonna die. Go save it. I made up my mind. Really, there had never been any choice but this one. I betrayed my friends for Ava, and now I was going to betray her. She and Commune would probably never forgive me for coming into their lives like this, only to abandon them. But this is how it had to be. When I saved Ava, it was because I refused to lie to myself. I was doing the same here. We don't even get a cutscene of us saying goodbye to them or anything? Okay. As dawn was breaking, I got up and left the tent. Okay, I got my infuser and fire extinguisher. I won't be needing food or water. I got a pretty decent idea of which direction the school is from here. If I hurry, I should be able to get there before sunset. I thought about leaving a letter or something for Ava, but I decided against it. And she was going to hate me for running away out on her anyway. There was no point in me muddying the water with half-hearted apologies. But ever heard of forget about me and move on. Guess I should get going. Before as I was started walking, your voice cut out to me. Yep, Ava. You were planning on going back alone. Ava, what? How? I spent enough time with you to know how you think. You're not the kind of person who can abandon his friends, but you also wouldn't want to get me involved. You might think you're indecisive or half-hearted, but when it really counts, you stick to your convictions.
That's why I love you.
You saw right through me, huh? Are you mad? Not really. Just surprised. After all this time together, I thought you would understand me a little better. What do you mean? I mean, I'm going with you. I'll stay by your side, even if it means fighting my sister. But you can't. You'd just be throwing your life away. I bit back my words. Saying that would be like admitting I wasn't expecting to survive this either. Let's do this, and both come back together. Our chances of success are higher with 2 fighters than just 1. That should be obvious. But what about Commune? And besides, you got no reason to fight for humanity. They brainwashed you into killing your own people. You don't owe them anything. Not them, but you've protected me, and you've shown me love. I'm not doing this out of guilt or pity, or because I don't know what else to do. It's the same for you, isn't it? Or were you only with me because you felt sorry for me? No, of course not.
I don't want to stifle my feelings anymore, Takumi. My heart is telling me to go with you. For once in my life, I want to follow my heart.
She's gonna die this route. They always make the invader routes really bad because we can't just have peace. We can't just have peace easily. They have to have some deaths, otherwise it'll be too good of an ending compared to the others. I felt like such an idiot. I really had misunderstood Ava. She had her own feelings and free will trampled over, first by Veshness and then by us humans. When I let her escape, it was because I wanted her to be free to make her own decisions and live her own life. So why did I never imagine that she'd choose me? Alright, let's go. You and me together, until the very end.
I've waited so long to hear you say that. Ever since you let me out of my cage, this is all I've wanted. To be with you. Always.
Sounds like the matter is settled. Commune? I talked to her about it already. He's going to respect my decision. Are you sure you want to let your mom come with me? Aren't you hoping for the 2 sides to wipe each other out? Not anymore. Whoever wins in the end, the rebellion will find a way to defeat them. Take good care of my mother, Takumi. Alright, if that's what you want. I'm sorry, Commune. We finally found each other and now I'm leaving again. You must think I'm very selfish. Villains have a right to be selfish sometimes too, Mother. If you're happy, I'm happy. You have your own life to live. There's nothing wrong with trying to make it the best life you can.
Thank you, Commune. I'll always love you.
She's so dying this route.
daughter.
Wow. Making it so obvious she's gonna die.
I will be praying for your victory.
We're both gonna die.
Both of you.
And so I left the camp and made my way back toward the school. Not alone like I originally planned, but with Ava by my side. One way or another, this battle would end the war. There was no question of that. Eventually, we reached the spot where the wall of fire used to be. And there it was, Last Defense Academy. We're gonna get a fight, right? Oh, she's too strong. They let Ato back because they're so desperate. Looks like this is as far as we go. No, we can't give up. If we lose, then this is the end. All that's left is for me to consume your power. Shink. Ava rushed in and blocked Veshnus' attack at the last minute.
Everybody, stand back.
Guys, are you okay?
Takumi, it came back. It took you long enough. Is everyone else dead? Oh, so you two showed up after all, and just in time too. This whole thing was starting to feel anticlimactic, hardly worthy of my moment of triumph. What did you do to the others? See for yourself, they're right over there. What's left of them anyway? What? Over there, Takumi. Ava pointed to a spot a few feet away. Oh, they're dead. There, in the far corner of the schoolyard were several mummified corpses. I knew this was a possibility all along. I thought I prepared myself for it still. But actually seeing them like this was still a shock. It still hurt. I think there were some more of them under a rubble somewhere. I'll devour them too in due time. Every bit of power brings me closer to being the new god. Damn you, Veshnus. I launched myself as the Supreme Commander, putting all my strength into my next attack, but check. Ugh. He shrugged it off like it was nothing. I didn't even scratch her. I felt that rage and despair in that attack. Oh shit. But a blade weighed for so much emotion will never reach me. Shtish. Gah. Veshnus delivered an attack of her own. Her sword cutting through me like a hot knife through butter. Ava's gonna die. I don't believe it. How can she be so strong? Is this because she absorbed everyone's cryptoglobin? Was that the best you could do? How disappointing. I won't even have to transform. I suppose it's the price I pay for being so powerful. I may as well consume you now.
Veshnus.
Okay, so what's gonna happen here? Ava's gonna get mortally wounded. We're gonna absorb her and beat Veshnus. Or we absorb everyone else and beat everyone along with Ava and beat Veshnus. Once again, Ava stepped in to block Veshnus' attack in the nick of time. Ava, my poor foolish sister. You dare speak my name with that filthy, traitorous mouth of yours. I won't go easy on you because we're related. You'll suffer as painful as death as the rest of these fools. If I don't, you have to run. No, I won't run. Not this time. I'll face my sister. For you, I'll face any foe, Takumi. You never stood up with me before, but now you'll fight me? For the sake of some alien male? Just how far do you need to disgrace yourself into your satisfied sister? First a prisoner, then a slave, now a consort? Where will it all end?
You don't get to talk to me like that. You'll never understand how I feel. You have no idea how much Takumi has done for me. He's given me a whole new life. I'll gladly use it.
The mixing on her voice is so quiet
Even
here.
if it
What the
means
hell?
fighting you.
Check. Ava let loose a mighty attack. Veshnus deflected it, but not as easily as she had mine. The Supreme Commander looked shaken. Ava had managed to surprise her. When did you get so strong? Fine, I'll give you a taste of my true power. Transform, sister. Fight me with everything you've got. I'm sorry, Takumi. Huh? I wanted to fight this battle as the Ava you knew. I didn't want you to see me in that form again. But if we want to win this, I'm going to use it one last time. I have to go all out this one last time.
Blood of my bond. Release.
They're gonna kill each other. Aw, rip Ava. From there, all the wrestler could do was stand as watch. Before our eyes, the two giant monsters clashed again and again, trading blow after vicious blow. Perhaps the strangest thing of all was that they were evenly matched. Ava was actually holding her own against the Supreme Commander.
I must admit, I'm impressed.
It's the power of love, Veshnus.
It was always there. I just found a way to draw it out. Until now, I never understood what my divine power
It's for
was
protecting.
Why it chose
She has the
me.
power of love buff.
But
Yeah,
there's
power of
not
Shoma and
doubt in
feelings.
my mind now. I'll use this power to protect those dear to me. To protect Takumi and Commune. I will defeat you!
Even for all your nonsense, you are my sister. However,
No!
There's a difference between those who have devoured God's power and those who have not, that you could never hope to bridge. You're still abiding by our people's
No, she's absorbed. She has absorbed. Oh, you didn't realize, Veshness. Ava roared like a feral animal and became a whirlwind of bloody steel. It was just like the last time she went berserk after absorbing Shoma's cryptoglobin.
Yes! I haven't.
They really should have let us use her forms at some point.
What is this? Ava, you absorbed another warrior's power. You broke the taboo.
She's just like you. I've got respect for you now, sister.
Oh, sister. I never knew you had it in you. I thought you were just another cretin clinging to the teachings.
Here we are,
of a
family.
But no, you're like me. We are family.
I won't lose.
I can't lose.
It was a gruesome battle, the two commanders tearing into each other with so much desperation and malice that it made my stomach churn. Tears were streaming down my face. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. Ava, sweet, gentle Ava, was fighting like a relentless killing machine. And not out of duty to her planet, either. She was fighting solely to protect the one she loves now. When I thought about it like that, her monstrous form started to look incredibly beautiful to me.
Ava, don't let it
Ava,
beat you.
believe! We believe! Live!
You have to win this, Ava. I'm here for you.
The power of love! All I could do was try to hold my broken body together and shout encouragement. But Ava heard me. The ends of her bloodstained mouth lifted up into a smile.
Just watch. I will protect you.
Veshness and Ava continued to fight each other for a while after that. I kept cheering Ava on until my throat was hoarse and cracked. The battle lasted several more hours. Finally, the two sisters were no longer able to maintain their transformations and reverted to their true forms. Huff. Huff. Ugh, to think someone like you could push me this far. I underestimated you, sister. You've shown real ambition and gained great power. But I think you know your ambition can't match mine. I've sworn to become a god and rule over this planet forevermore. Ambition, don't be ridiculous. I'm not like you. The two of them were exhausted, but no one dared to step between them. Their movements were sluggish, but as they raised their weapons once more, they were still every bit as intimidating.
Now, we end this.
Yes.
They're gonna
Once
kill
and
each
for
other!
all.
No! Ava and Veshness lunged forward toward each other in one final clash. Shing! There was a flash of steel as blades met flesh. The two of them collapsed to the ground at the same time. Thud. Ava's blade had pierced Veshness' heart. The light faded from the Supreme Commander's eyes, and then her body went still. As for Ava, she didn't look much better. She used up every last ounce of her strength.
Ava.
Nozomi, get the heal gun ready! Rip Ava.
Takumi,
Get the heal gun!
did you see?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Where's the heal
You were
gun,
great,
Nozomi?
Ava.
Come on!
I won. I actually beat my sister. Perhaps this is wishful thinking, but do you think
Shoma
He
definitely did.
lent me his
It was
power.
Shoma.
I broke God's law when I killed Shoma? But he still helped me protect you.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted.
They explained it as we got beaten down
You need
already.
to rest.
We got beaten down by Veshness, so we were already defeated. I had her hand in mine, but it felt cold. Her pulse was weak. It was like she was fading away right in front of me. I could feel other people standing around me, probably Hideko, Eito, and
You
Nozomi.
saved us. Our team didn't get wiped out. And Commune. She'll be safe now, too.
I'm glad. It means you won't have to be alone. And maybe now, there can be peace. Just like you always wanted.
I wanted to scream. I didn't care about any of that. Humans, Futurians, peace, none of that mattered anymore. I just wanted Ava to stay with me. That was all I needed. She was all I needed.
Be sad, Takumi. You saved me too. You gave me a whole new life. One that I chose for myself. I got to choose how I lived. And how I died. That's enough for me. Takumi.
Her voice was too weak to hear, but she mouthed the words "thank you, I love you," Dedge. And then Ava, the person I love more than anyone in the world, closed her eyes, never to open them again.
No. You can't.
We need a pan up. We need a pan up from him into the sky now, as he screams. Now it was up to me and my surviving companions to protect the planet. Vestness's demise heralded a new chapter in Futurum's history, and in humanity's too. I wish we could get the reaction of the rest of the crew to what happened. The two sides would open negotiations and forge a path to true peace together. But Ava wouldn't be here to see it happen. The time she and I spent together had been happy, but all too brief. That's why I would never forget Ava or what she had meant to each other, or what we had meant to each other. I would carry her with me forever. End. I wish we got to like actually see what the others talked about in this route. Ava route, thank you. Yeah, he was used up in the Dalsha fight. They said they used him. He used himself up at Dalsha to kill him instead of the poison trap, I guess. Yeah, so that's Ava route. Again, it's another invader route that's interesting, but it just feels like they just expedite it so hard. It's so bare bones compared to the other routes. Like again, second scenario, ending 1, ending 2 even. Like these routes were like really well defined. You lived every day, obviously, but you got to see everything. You got to hear everyone's thoughts, feelings, everything. It didn't just end at the end, but these ones are always just ending. We don't get to see people's reactions or thoughts or anything like that. Ava's dead in this route, and Takumi come back. Only 3 of them are left alive. Like, why we don't get to really hear them talk at all. It's like, man, like, it really would be nice if we could do that. Oh my god, there's fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 more endings on this. I'm gonna get those off stream. Fuck that. Well, the routes are there. There's let Hirako destroy Nigo, or stop her. Stop Shion from joining the team. Kill Eito. I wonder what that route goes to. Alright, though. We're gonna call it there tonight. I got some stuff. I got plans now I gotta look into after that the stuff came up earlier. I guess we won't be having any stream for the rest of this week till Monday and shit. So I'll see you guys next week then. I gotta get the VODs saved and uploaded to get their thumbnails and upload them. So that's gonna happen. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me for what routes did we do today? We did the Ava route and we did the Goodbye Eito route. Both Goodbye Eito route was quite good. Goodbye Eito was quite good. That was quite a good route. Ava route, again, it's a good route. It's an interesting route, but it just suffers from like all the invader routes are just really expedited and just bare bones compared to the other routes. And it's just like, damn, I wish we could just get more. I wish they put more effort into writing these routes than the fucking romance route where we're gonna get like fucking 100 days of just dating sim shit. Or like Cult of Takumi route where it's just fan service bullshit so that you can do shock value at the end. Do like a shock value thing at the end, but instead like the fucking invader routes. The invader routes are just so fucking expedited compared to everything else. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.